welcome to Quick Looks at the Casual Hour, where we will be playing Word Factory. My name is Bobby. Joining me for this is Chase Kinnicky. Chase, welcome back to the Factory. I know that we've played this on stream.
You suckered me into playing another Factory game.
You know, Chase, I'm always going to sneak one of these towards you. This was a little bit different, though. Like, I think this is more a good you and I game.
Yes, you did. Well, literally a you and an I game.
Hey.
Yes, you got me with this one because it is about words and letters, and I think that one's pretty cool.
Yeah, let me go back here and get an actual. So the whole concept of this game is, can I clear this out? I've been playing this game. We played it on stream. Just like, look, you're seeing how the sausage gets made here. Word Factory is more of a programming game than a factory game. You have a handful of tools over here. They are as follows: a factory that only makes a bender, a rotator, a reflector, and a merger. And with those tools, you need to be able to construct the alphabet and then words. So we're going to be taking an I factory like this one here, and we'll plop that down, and we need to figure out how to get these I's that are being made into an A. And I think that there's some really clever things at play here. It's a very simple game, but there are some challenges we'll talk about. But for the most part, it's a very casual take on trial and error on building things out. And in some cases, there might be more ways to make a letter than what you discover.
Sure.
So for this one, we're going to be, and they do a nice job. If I pull this back out here and go to some of these other plays, this whole first area is all about using the tutorial and teaching you some of the concepts that will then go into helping make some of these other ones. So they're really good about giving you the tool tips and getting you set up. But we got our I in place, and there's the next step up is going to be, we need to make an I into an A shape. So I'm going to use this here, which is our merger, and I'm going to be bringing two I's into it. Now, when I first played this, I thought, well, shit, okay, I got an I factory. I'll need two I factories, and I'll get them going. But that's not the case. Everything that you build has infinite strands that you can pull off of it, so to speak. So for this I factory...
Oh, it's a strand game. Okay, I see.
It's a strand game, yes. We're redefining what that is. So we're going to take one of our I's into this side here, and you can see that's set up that way. And we'll do it here. And you can move things around or erase them like so.
And when you put out two I factories before, you can do that if you want.
Totally.
But they are eventually going to ask you or challenge you to be more efficient and try to figure out better ways of building stuff. So there at the bottom, it's a little hard to see because all the letters come out of the bottom instead of the tops, but like those two I's got connected together and they were starting to make V's.
Yeah, because I don't have it leaving, so it's just shooting them out of the bottom of the factory right now. So we have a V, so we're close, but we need to figure out a way to get that flipped around. Well, here we go. We have a reflector. You can either do it horizontally or vertically. In this case, we want to go vertically, so I'm going to set this one up here. And your blue dots are your input, your connections that way. Your red dots are your output. So we're going to take our V up to our reflector and flip that around. The other thing that we need to do at the same time is we're going to need to get one of our I's to make that cross section of the A.
Yeah.
So I can bring a rotator up here next to this. I'll drag another I up. So now that's going to go there. And
so that could see like a hyphen.
Yeah. So that'll be like a hyphen. And then lastly, we'll just need to find a way to bring all this stuff together, which we'll take our corrected V and we'll take our horizontal hyphen shape up to this. And now you can see that that's telling us, hey, you're making an A. And from there, we'll take it up to the A. And as we hit play, it's going to start at normal speed. Everything's moving around. That goes up, and we get an A.
I do find it a little interesting that they kind of want you to do the bridge constructor thing here, where you have to be able to make multiple of the same letters. But maybe this is something that happens later in the game that I just didn't see when we played it on Casual Mondays. But are there times where where you go, oh, I could make one letter this way, or I could make one word this way, but then trying to make that same word and replicate it multiple times, that's where things got out of hand and something went wrong.
Yeah, it can be that way a little bit. Like if you come out here, you have two things. So you have your recipe, which is going to show you, here's how I've learned how to make A's. And I can tell you one of the levels I'm on right now is limited resources, and I'm trying to figure out how to make an A up here, and I don't know how to do it yet. But you can see I've discovered how to make B that way, how to make B this way, how to make C's that way. Then you have words where you can see like how well you were at making them. So like these scores here will show you how you can do it. But as far as like having multiples of it, there was like book, I had to make double O's. There was another one on here that I had recently.
Yeah, but when you're like playing Bridge Constructor and you have the cars running over your bridge, and yes, you can finagle one to get over the bridge, but then it making that one jump or something then destroys the other parts of the bridge that you're using, which means that the following 8 don't make it and just fall right into the hole. Like this game doesn't seem to have that, and yet they do at the end like want you to make, I can't remember if it's 8 or 10. They want you to make a number of the letter or the word to finish it out of the factory. And because this game doesn't really seem to have things that break in the middle of your chain, then I mean, hey, if it's just like a fun design choice, go for it. But it just made me wonder if there was something deeper here where, a factory can break down or something if it makes too many letters or something.
It doesn't break down if you make too many, but what'll happen is like, so up here, I can tell you just right now, C will fill up faster than anything else because C is literally just a bend,
right?
A factory into like, that's C, that's all it is. So that will fill up faster, but they want you to find a way. Like if you're really getting into like leaderboard stuff, you'll see like, if I go back here to words, that's the whole thing. Like, I don't know if I can see an actual, well, I guess it doesn't show me the leaderboard there.
Yeah, like you can't pull up somebody else's way of building something.
No,
that's right now. That's more for a YouTube, I suppose.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, while you're playing around still, let me tell you a little bit more about this game, Bobby. It came out August 3rd. It's developed and published by Star Garden Games. It is only on PC right now, only on Windows PC, even though we both agree that this feels tailor-made for an iPad. Like this.
Oh, this would be fantastic that way.
How is it not on an iPad? I would be playing this right now if it was on an iPad. Totally. But it's real cheap. It's $6. You can go pick it up right now. There's also a buy Fun with Shapes bundle on Steam right now that comes with this and another game called Shapes with a Z at the end. And that's $15 altogether. So, hey, this game's pretty cool.
I agree. I fucked that up. I don't want to do that. So, what we've got going on here, Chase, I'll build out face and then we'll get out of here.
Okay.
I got the eye going up. We're going to flip it. So we've got our line here. That's making an L with it this way, which is okay. But I think, let me just double check something really quick on my recipe here for F. F's a funny one. That's right. I found that really fast one. So there's on the merger, you can get 2, 3, or 4. And so I'll grab this 3 and bring that over here. And now we'll take 1 into it like that. And then we'll take 2 I's into it.
No. You wanted 2 hyphens.
Oh, whoops. Let me get rid of those here. We'll take 2 hyphens in. And there's our F. Mr. F. All right, so that's all set up now. We've got that going. I've already got my hyphen being made. I'll bring this guy over. And we'll make a V really quick. And then we'll flip that over.
Yep, we know how to make A's.
And that will be our A right there. So we need to take that up and that up. So there's our A. Get the this out of the way for me.
Very efficient. Yeah.
Yeah. So then we have a C that we need to make. I'll throw him here. And if I could, to slow it down, like I could find another way to like route this, but I'm not too concerned for the sake of a quick look.
Yeah, again, there's not really a reason to slow it down other than it's like those numbers at the top are just going to get bigger. But it doesn't seem like the factory breaks at any point to be like, oh, you're making too many C's. We got too many C's over here.
Too many fucking C's. So what I did here is I just brought our F over and I brought our hyphen up to it.
Sure.
So you can, if you let your mouse go, you can see like how things are getting funneled out of it. So now we'll take this guy, which is our E, up this way, and call it a day.
Oh, somebody wants to play some Snake up there.
Yes. And we'll speed this up and get those shooting out, and you can see literally.
I do like that they build little pictures of the words, like it was building little faces.
So you got your faces here. Cat, for example, has some of the letters in it.
Sure.
Up has multiple of them, but you're building these sticker books, and then here's all the words that you've built, which we talked out. Type a word, player created words. Like I could make my own word if I wanted to.
Sure.
And have that be something that we do. They also have word of the day, and I am currently on, where was I at? There was one that I was on hack. I'm not going to play it, but I'm just going to show you. You have limited things that you can bring out on some of these challenges.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, so no vertical
Correct.
reflectors at all.
And you only have 2 turns. So I've got 1 turn here because I have to make a K.
I see.
And so the K's, you can see it going down. Well, obviously, you're going to just need an I and what is that called? A greater than symbol, I guess?
It would be a less than symbol.
Less than symbol. But yeah, you'll put those together to get your K. Well, I need my A also. Mm-hmm. So if I bring that all together, like I could make this, which I have, but that's going here now.
Right, and you have no vertical reflector to flip that V into the A shape,
right.
So you'd have to figure out a different way.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out another way to make an A on this one, because if I'll have this go a bend again. Like if I had a second one of those, sure, but if I flip it this way, it's just back to a V, and if I flip it this, then it is the true greater than symbol versus the less than symbol that we have right now. So I've thought about, like, could I force a C and a hyphen into an A? That doesn't quite get me there, so I've been struggling a little bit with this one. But I'll keep sticking with it, and that's why I said earlier from the recipes, I think there's a way to get this one, and I think that's what I'm trying to get here.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's cool. I didn't realize the first time we played this that there were multiple ways of making the same letter. That makes for these really interesting challenge levels. That's cool.
Yeah. Yep. So this is Word Factory. I don't want to call it a simple game because I think people kind of shit on that term, but it is a very approachable, I think is a better way to put it, factory programming game. You called out Zachtronics. This is like Zachtronics a la Fisher Price.
Yeah, and I mean, I would also call it like an Othello game, not in that it's anything like Othello, but in that it is the easy to learn, hard to master kind of thing. Like it does start naturally. This is not one of those word games where you have to be trying to do like Scrabble shit and try to actually know words. You don't have to know words to play this game. It is basically just playing with shapes, but using shapes that you're familiar with because they're letter forms.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of fun to be had in it. It's definitely a chilled out approach. I wish it was on mobile. It sounds like it might be going that way. So keep an eye out for it. I don't know if we talked about the price. I think that's another thing about it.
It's like $6.
Yeah, $6, which is great. So definitely worth checking out. And we have a stream of it. You can go back, and if you're here on YouTube, like and subscribe. You'll see that stream coming through where you can find Chase and I's first approach to it. But if you want to hang out with us while we play games, we do that on Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. on twitch.tv/casual hour. And if you want to hear us talk about games, you can come in to Twitch on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. where we record our podcast, The Casual Hour. And if you just want to hear us talk about games, we do that too. Every Friday morning, you can find that same podcast wherever you subscribe to other podcasts. We would encourage you to get in where you fit in because we think that there's a lot of fun to be had there. Chase, anything else that we're missing here on this one?
They should localize this into Japanese.
Oh, with like kanji and shit?
Yeah. Imagine trying to build kanji with these factories.
I'd rather not do that. Then I'd really have to stick around for Bobby's anime.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be rough. That'd be really rough.
It would be really rough, I think. It'd be incredibly rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a lot of fun with this one, and I think we'll continue to have a lot of fun with this one. Especially knowing that you can just like make words. Like there's something really cool about that, in my opinion. Oh, that's an O. That's not going to get me what I need. Huh? I'll have to come back to the old
how
S.
do you make an S? That's because that's exactly what I was thinking too. Is what you're making.
Yeah, but that makes sense because that would be an O. That's another stream.
There you go.
But Word Factory, it's a cool game. Check it out where you can. And check us out where you can. We would appreciate that. And Chase, thanks for coming back to the factory, kicking and screaming. I'll get around to building your name sometime here in the future.
Okay.
All right. Take care, everybody.